good, mate.
Keeping on slow. I started cycling after I finished school, and yes, this was before uni. I thought that joining a university cycling club was really beneficial for cycling, partly because of the group riding aspect of things. Because prior to uni, I hadn't really done a lot of group riding, and so I didn't really fully understand the benefits of riding with other people. You know, you can go so much faster and further, and I think that was something that the club really showed me, because that was the first group I've ever ridden with, really. So, yeah, absolutely. Like, everyone's a really friendly bunch. You know, I think it depends from university to university, but the cycling club wasn't that competitive in terms of, you know, racing and bucks. So, you know, a lot of it was just sort of trying to drop your mates on a Wednesday and a Sunday, sorry, on the local climbs.
What bike are you riding at the minute?
Well, on the road, I'm riding an Orbea Orca M30, which is a carbon fibre road bike. I got it after working in a bike shop in second year, and I got it for cheaps because I got loads of discount.
I think you became a better cyclist because you're getting a better bike as opposed to your previous bike?
Not really.
No.
The fastest time that I did at Belmont, which is the local climb in Bristol, I did on the Trek, which is like a £600 alloy frame. So yeah, it just goes to show really that, you know, it's not super beneficial to get super high-end bikes. You need to look at your fitness firstly, really, in order to improve. But having said that, I still don't regret buying the bike because it was such good value for money.
Yeah. So you've done a lot of touring. You've done a lot of touring. You've done like longer stints in Europe, etc. And you've also done races, like categorized race crits.
Yeah.
Which one was harder?
Good question.
For you, and why?
Oh yeah, good question. I think like different formats of bike riding are harder for different reasons. So obviously with criterium racing, closed circuit racing, which I did a few of them in York where I'm from, and also down in Bath. They were really brutal because you're constantly being pushed to the physical limit in terms of smashing out of the corners, you know, trying to cling onto the wheel in front, and just, yeah, basically suffering for like half an hour. You know, what's slightly brutal about bike racing is that when you're dropped off the back, that's kind of it really. You're sort of left to sort of just basically suffer the rest of it. Some people just stop. I'd always keep on going, but yeah, it's never fun. But I think getting dropped in racing is part of cycling. So yeah, racing was really tough physically. I'd say bike touring is a completely different kettle of fish. You know, I did mine solo, which I think adds in a whole new element. You know, you have to be, well, reasonably maintenance sufficient. So if stuff goes wrong on the road, you got to be capable to try and fix it. My rack broke on my bike in two places, so I had to use electrical tape to sort of bodge that together, which was difficult. But yeah, I managed to get back. There's also the whole isolation effect, really. You know, being out on the open road by yourself with no one to talk to, really. That's quite tough, I think, and that explains why a lot of bike tourists tend to be quite introverted. But it hasn't really put me off, and I'd definitely go back out there.
You started a YouTube channel about a year ago?
Yeah, just over a year ago.
Just over a year ago,
Yeah.
and you just reached 50 subscribers? Or just about to reach 50 subscribers?
Yeah, it's on 50, exactly 50.
And so a year from now, where do you see your YouTube channel? Where do you reckon you'll be?
Oh,
Where do you want to be?
what do I want to be? Well, I think like most YouTubers, I just started the channel just for my own enjoyment and personal development, really. You know, I really enjoy cycling and anything to do with bikes and anything bike related, so I kind of just wanted to put my spin on what I thought about bike riding and to share that with the rest of the world, really, and whoever is lucky enough to come across my channel. So yeah, no, that's basically why I started the channel. But it's I've definitely learned that editing videos is very time consuming, especially if you want the whole thing to look very professional and aesthetic. But yeah, I really enjoy it, and I'm not sure. I would like to keep putting out some content, but I need to sort out my GoPro mount, because that is very important in the whole video capturing process.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good. Anything else you want to add?
I need to go to work.